I would say it's very easy to follow.
It's very substantial, it's very interactive and hands-on.
I think it will be busy, exciting and fulfilling.
It was educational.
Awesome, enjoyable and challenging.
Challenging, rewarding and enjoyable.
Simple, dedicated and challenging.
It's fun, it's exciting, but it's also stressful.
It's just like 3 words, the best ever.
In academics, I feel like I learned the fundamentals of what I need to know for my degree studies in university. And personally, I think my time management was enhanced a lot by studying A-levels.
Okay, from the experience teaching from our lectures, I get to enhance my knowledge and skills. And personally, I get to meet a lot of encouraging peers, and they would actually share their knowledge with me, and they would hang out with me and even study with me.
I learned a lot from the A-level program. It made me become a more independent person. I learned to master a new topic in a very short time.
I think A-levels helped me prepare better for my university because I have to do a lot of self-study and continuous studying.
Well, I think academically I've developed my critical thinking skills even more by going for especially the maths classes here. Personally, I've become more of ambitious person, I would say, because A-levels wasn't an easy journey, so it required a lot of determination and ambitious. Yeah.
For academically, I've learned more about the basic sciences, more in depth, especially before I prepare myself to go into degree. And for what's the other one?
Personally.
Personally, I've become more hardworking.
Well, for me, academically, I believe I've grown to be better in my critical thinking skills, like what Javeta here mentioned, and I'm also more of a skeptical thinker now due to the incredibly difficult coursework of A-levels. For my personal improvement, I'd say I have become more diligent and hardworking because the people around me are also diligent, so I have to be up to par.
Academically, I've learned many scientific knowledge that I believe I could apply in the near future, especially my degree. Personally, I became a more organized person that knows how to manage time well because A-level is really a difficult course. If you don't know how to manage your time, you will really suffer. So personally, I became a more organized and disciplined person.
In A-levels, there's this thing called peer-assisted learning, shortened as PAL. So I get to teach other students on a subject that I'm good at. So I feel like it was the most memorable for me.
So last year we had an outing for our A-level students. It was in the Sky Tracks, and I definitely enjoyed that the activities carried there because it's challenging and it was fulfilling, and I get to mingle around with my peers and my friends and get to meet other mates from the other intakes.
I think there are quite few events going on, but I enjoyed the orientation last year. It was between us and our juniors, and we played a lot of games and it was very fun.
Because I was involved in the committee planning the flow of the event.
Yeah, because the students from different intakes get to know each other.
Okay, well, for me, it would definitely be the Sky Tracks trip because I felt that's the trip where all of us in A-levels board, we get to meet each other. Yeah, and I guess I got to know more of my friends better through that, and coming back from that, it made my life over here even more cheerful with more friends around me. Yeah.
I guess my memorable experience is actually a combination of several experiences which are similar. That is talking to some of my lecturers. They gave me a lot of new insight, and they were very helpful in helping me determine what I really want to be and what kind of person I am.
For me, it's the futsal at the futsal court. Yeah, that's where we really bonded together. We got to know each other's strengths and stuff like that. Like this guy over here can kick the ball harder than a rocket. Yeah, that's awesome.
For me, the most memorable event was the A-level orientation 2017. It was an event that we get to meet students from other intakes and get to interact with them. We get to know each other's daily classes and what they do and this and that. So it was really a good time. We get to bond to each other more often and we get to know each other better.
Probably when I had to spend days and days reading about the same concept just to understand it. And when I finally did it, it was quite worthwhile to take on the challenge.
I would say it's perseverance and consistency.
I think it would be managing my time for studies and for my own hobbies.
Balancing between my lifestyle and my studies.
So we need to manage our time well.
Timing for A-level student is a critical thing to deal with, because it's not about how many subjects you take, but it's the core, the depth of the subject. Each and every subject is really deep and you've got to systemize yourself. So that was really difficult for me as a student.
For me, the most challenging thing I faced was how to manage my time, because I'm involved in a few extracurricular activities as well, and that requires some time and dedication. And also have to handle, as Javeda said, the difficult coursework. So it was quite a challenge for me to learn how to balance both and be flexible in managing my time.
I believe since most of us took 4 subjects, it was the managing our time properly, because we had to speed up our time to do enough, make sure we adjust amount of time for all 4 subjects and make sure we don't neglect any subject. So that was the biggest challenge to even out our time accordingly to the all 4 subjects.
The biggest challenge I think was preparing for the A2 exam, because we only have like 5 or 6 months to prepare for A2, and A2 exam is very dense and hard and the duration is very short. So initially we were really suffering to catch up with the topic. So I believe preparing for A2 exam was the most difficult, most challenging thing I ever met.
I'm actually thankful to all my lecturers and friends because they were quite supportive of me throughout the whole duration of my study. But in particular, I want to thank Mr. Lee because he was my physics teacher and I often bombarded him with a lot of physics questions. But every time I did, he offered me a valid solution, so I was very happy.
I adore my friends and my lecturers, and I totally enjoyed my studying experience here in UCSI College. And I want to thank my lecturers. Like before the results are out, I sincerely thank them for teaching me, for guiding me through my problems, and my friends who helped me around with problems that I'm not sure with.
I really appreciated the help of my lecturers because they are really helpful and they are ready to clear our doubts or aid us in our studies. I really like to thank all 3 of my lecturers, including Miss Adeline, Miss Kasturi, and Mr. Chan.
I think you will be same because I would like to thank all the lecturers for teaching me throughout these 1.5 years, because without their help, I don't think I can get this result.
I think all my lecturers are very helpful, knowledgeable and dedicated. Yeah. And students are free to approach them whenever they have questions and they will try their best to answer.
I would like to thank all the lecturers for all their help, for their guidance, and especially shout out to Mr. Lee, the physics lecturer, who was very patient when I asked him lots of quite not so smart questions, but he was very patient in answering them and really guided me throughout my journey as a student here. So, but that applies to all the lecturers also lah. So yeah.
Okay, I would like to thank to all 4 of my lecturers: biology, physics, chemistry, and math. Every single one of them helped me a lot to overcome this exam. Basically, in the campus, I get to interact with them when I have problems. I would just go to their office and consult them one-on-one. Out of the campus, I can just WhatsApp them and contact them personally. They will always be willing to help and share to you. They are always ready to help us. For my friends, I'm very grateful that I met friends that are willing to fight with me, fight together and achieve the same goals. So I'm very happy about that.